Hi, I'm Dr. Marianne Cintron. We are here today to talk about something very special. I'm so excited to share with you. I have a special friend here, Dolores Rivas, and we're going to talk to you about the Lightwave patch. And there has been a lot of this on my YouTube and on my website, and the Lightwave patch stimulates your own copper peptides, which activate your own stem cells. So you don't need any injections. And what this is doing is rejuvenating the body. It's helping your body heal itself at a more rapid pace. And the reason I wanted to have Dolores on this Zoom call with me is she is someone that was at a hair salon when I was getting my hair done. And she happened to hear me talking to another, I don't know if she was a customer or if she was another employee, but Dolores had come into work a little bit early. Was it earlier than expected? Which was a blessing because we call that a divine appointment, because she got to hear what I was sharing with this woman and she immediately gravitated to what I was sharing. So Dolores, let me introduce you to the audience. Tell them a little bit about you and what you do as a hairstylist,
Sure.
and just so they could get to know you a little bit better. And then
Of course.
we'll dive in and
Yeah.
share what you
Okay.
experienced that first day when you heard me sharing.
Okay. Well, I've been a hairdresser for 35 years. And as a hairdresser, after 35 years, we have those aches and pains and your neck hurts and your whole body starts getting arthritis, you name it. We have it all from head to toe. We're in pain most of the time after being on our feet for so long, for so many years. And anyways, when I remember when I came in, I've known you for a long time. And just the hi, bye, hello, and what got my attention is when I walked into the salon, I was actually dealing with a really bad headache. And that's my normal day. Every day I wake up with headaches in the morning, every day. And sometimes I think about it, and I was kind of praying in the morning. I'm going, Lord, I don't know what it's like not to wake up in the morning and not have a headache. And I have to constantly be taking pills, to make the headache go away so I can function during the day. I talked to the doctor and they just prescribed ibuprofen. Oh, here's a bottle of 600 milligrams of ibuprofen. So that's all they say. Well, it's, just arthritis, inflammation. This will take care of it. So
Deal with it.
I was very discouraged. I was very discouraged, and I was on ibuprofen for a long time, and it was actually hurting my stomach. And just, I felt like I was getting addicted to ibuprofen for some reason. My body hurt all over whenever I would stop taking it. And, it's just, I was a mess. So I walked in with a headache, and I remember you're at the door and you're talking to one of my clients that was waiting also for me.
Oh, got it. Okay.
And so I took one. Yeah. And then you started talking to her. And, I'm working on the client that I have on my chair. And then I hear you and I can hear the excitement in your voice. And I mean, I'm just listening to you from far and I'm going, what is she talking about? And I don't know if you remember, I stopped. I excused myself from my client and I stopped. I had to go and listen to what you were talking about. And then I heard you talk about the X39 and I remember asking you, would it help me with my headaches? Because, I'm in constant pain. And you said, oh yeah. And you started sharing all the different things and testimonies of other people. And you started showing me, the different patches, but the X39 was the one that you highly recommended. And I said, okay. And I went ahead and I asked, the information, you gave it to me and I went ahead and I ordered it. So,
well, let me share with the audience, first of all, if they haven't heard my story, what I was sharing with your customer. And I really thought your customer was going to sign up. but I'm so glad she didn't and that you came in. But what I was sharing was that I thought I had pretty good energy, but when I would see my granddaughter on Wednesday, I would not exercise. I wouldn't clean my house because I needed to save all that for her because she's very active and she's under 2 years old, but she required all my energy. Well, when I started taking the patches on day 2, I felt more energy, more stamina, and more mental clarity. That means you go into a room and you don't forget, what was I here for? That means you don't need a Post-it note everywhere. I was remembering what I went into rooms for. I was remembering where I left my shoes, where I left my keys, where I left my phone. The 3rd day, I woke up and I had so much energy and strength. I went to the gym, and this is a Wednesday where I had my granddaughter. I first went to the gym, I cleaned my whole house, and then I picked her up and we played, and I took her to the mall and played on the trains and the toys with her. I brought her home. Usually that's when I would hand her to my husband and say, your turn. But I didn't. I put I had my shoes on and they went outside for a little walk and I went right outside with the energy didn't stop. I had so much energy. And at the end of the month, when my husband does his month-end calculations as a manager where he works, he said, oh, Marianne, this is the real test of mental clarity because emails came in and I calmly answered them. People had questions and I calmly answered them. He said, I was so calm, and that hasn't happened before, where it just seemed like just extra strength and energy and mental clarity. And I believe that's what you were hearing because, my hairdresser, Kim, was saying, oh, Marianne, your hair is thicker and fuller than it's ever been. And I had a toenail that had a little crack on the tip of it. And I had a pedicure. Every 3 weeks I get a pedicure, and it wasn't growing out. And I'm like, what the heck? How long is this going to stay here? And after I started using the X39 patch, which I have right here to show people, that toenail grew out. And the next time I had a pedicure, it was gone. So it puts the collagen in your system, in your hair, in your skin. So that was what I was sharing with people, and that's what you heard.
Yes. But when I got my patches, going back to, how I started, I remember being excited about putting on the patch. And as I started using the patches, I no longer wake up with headaches in the morning. My neck does not feel like it's breaking. I was always doing this. Even when I was at church, I would be holding my neck and I couldn't just handle that pain. My shoulders were hurting. And the other thing that I noticed right away was that burning sensation along my spine. It was just my back hurt all the time, but I also had this burning sensation in the middle of my back. So that disappeared. But one of the other things, it's amazing how it works. It just works in stages. But the exciting part was that I was dealing with neuropathy. Right, I had just started dealing with neuropathy, and the needles and the burning, the bottom of my feet felt like I was always tired, burning sensation, and then pins and needles on one of my heels. And I remember I'm with a client and I needed to go get a towel. And, I walked to the back to get a towel.
I have to interrupt you. I'm amazed that you persevered in our hairstylist with all those pains going on in your body. That is amazing. So, and how nice to have these things, your body healed itself.
Correct.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I went to the back to grab a towel. And as I usually do, I'm walking and, you feel those pins and needles and your feet are just hot and hurting. And I reached out for the towel. And as I was coming back, it's amazing that it was like something in my brain said, hey, have you noticed you don't have that anymore? And I'm like, I walked and I stopped and I started kind of pushing down on my heel and my feet. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I started jumping up and down. And I told one of my coworkers, I said, Thelma, guess what? Oh my gosh. I mean, the excitement, I was so excited. And that just made me want to share. I started like telling everybody and, I started, and they said, if you say it works, we believe you because, we've known you for a long time. And that's how I started offering, sharing, and people started signing up, and the results that I'm getting back, the feedback, the testimonials are amazing.
Can you
Just
share
last night,
Okay.
just last night, one of my friends from church came to get her hair done. And I saw her through the window getting off the car. And you can tell she was in so much pain, and she's walking. I believe, I asked on the Facebook page about she's getting shots in her knee with
cortisone or
no, it's not cortisone. It's almost like a collagen that they inject. I forget what it's called. And they're not working. So she was in a lot of pain, and she goes, I almost cancel your appointment, Dolores, because I am in so much pain. And that was my chance. I said, come sit down, we'll get you started. But you know what? I have something for you. I said, let me share something that I discovered, and I just want to see if this would be something for you. And she goes, what is it? I said, it's a patch, and then I'll explain to you what it does. It's called X39. So I said, can I put it on? And she shows me, and she goes, more patches. She's covered with patches, salon patches.
Wow.
And I said, what time did you put those on? She goes, they don't work, Dolores. I put them on 5 a.m. this morning, she said. And I said, Salampis. Anyway, so I said, well, if they haven't worked, can I try this? So since she was on so much pain, I went ahead and I put one X39 on her neck and one of the Aeon on the belly.
The Eon or
the Aeon. I put it on her belly. And I said, let's see what happens after I'm done doing your color. And, I put the color on. She processed for 45 minutes, and we were talking. I was sharing with her everything that, the X39, all the testimonials and everything. And 45 minutes went by, and I told her it's time to wash her hair. She got up and she was walking normal, but it didn't click on her that she was not, so I see her, she's walking, she goes to the shampoo area. Until after I washed her hair, she started walking back. She goes, did you see this? I'm walking. And the excitement, once again, the excitement, that woman walked out of the salon walking straight. And she goes, definitely, I need to sign up. This is amazing. This is not even the salonpes that I work for, more than 12 hours did anything like this. So she was very excited. And then I have my 87-year-old lady client too, because, she tried the patches because she has knee pain. So she calls me, she says, Dolores, I've been cleaning my house all day. I don't even know what to do with so much energy. The pain is gone. Wow. And I had to take my blood pressure because I thought my blood pressure was high because I had so much energy, but my blood pressure was normal. She goes, but I don't think I'm wearing it tomorrow, honey, because I have so much energy. I don't know what to do with it. So,
Oh, how funny.
And the testimonies, everybody that's getting them, they just keep going and going. I can go on and on and on.
You
forever,
can.
But anyways, those are some of the results.
What are some of the stories your own family have shared with you? Because now you guys have to know that Dolores has a captive audience. I mean, imagine somebody sitting in front of you for 45 minutes needing to get their color set. That is amazing. But Dolores is very charismatic in her personality. She has a very gentle way to approach something. I liked your story when the wife was telling the husband to try it and he didn't want to. and you very gently said, she just wants you to be healthy. Your voice was just so sweet, and you have a way of bringing people in, and people trust you. They have relationship with you for a long time, and you've really built their trust. And we tell people, if you have
Yes.
people that you can share this with, you can develop a business
Yes.
and earn some money while
Exactly.
you're sleeping.
Yes, yes. Another testimony is the one of my coworkers. She had a client sitting on her chair, and she came in with a walker, and she says, "You need to talk to Dolores. She's got these miracle little patches that for some reason they work because they worked on me. And if you have so much pain, you need to talk to her." And the lady waited for me until I was done with my client. She sat around. She was very interested. I sat down, and the first thing I asked her, I said, "Yolanda, what's wrong? What's wrong with your body?" And she says, "Oh, honey, everything is wrong with my body." She says, "I am 67 years old. I'm walking with a walker." She said, "I have fibromyalgia. I have arthritis. I have neuropathy. I am diabetic. I'm overweight," she said, "and my neck hurts. My everything hurts. I have headaches." And I think that's one of the reasons why Rita said, "Talk to Dolores," because she had headaches. And I said, "Okay." And she says, "They say that you have a miracle little patch. I would like to try it." I said, "Okay." I said, and I pull out my little suitcase of all the patches that I have. I said, "Well, you have a lot of stuff, so let me see what I can come up with." So I patched her with the X39, two X39s, and I did the ice wave. I patched her all over. The
Wow.
ice wave and the Aeon. I patched her up, and I said, "Can you do me a favor? I'm not going to charge you for that." I said, "Just go ahead and try it. If you feel anything, can you let me know tomorrow?" So I have a text message so long. She sent me a text message. She's praising God, first of all. And she says, "I thank God this morning for putting you in my path, because, Dolores, I was able to sleep. Not only that, my pain is 80% better. And I was able to get up without using a cane or a walker." So she was thrilled. So she went ahead and signed up. And, like I said, she says, "My kids said, 'Oh, Mom, you're going to buy something else. Look at all the medicine that you're taking.'" And she said, "No, this is God sent. God is in all this." And so she's using them, and she's having very good results. And she also had sciatic pain. Poor lady. She was just, yeah.
Well, now what do you
So
think inspired her to put the money in for it? Because I know a lot of people who have hip pain, sciatic pain, they're going in for surgery, or they just came out of surgery, but they're living paycheck to paycheck, and they just can't imagine spending $99 a month for 30 patches. Well, how is she different from other people? Does she have
I
like a
think
credit card she just spends on and pays it off, or?
no, no. But like she says, um, we spend our money in things that have no value. And, she says, "I am in so much pain that I am willing to try anything.
All
And
the
I
pain.
make it happen. I will, like they say, stop drinking coffee, your Starbucks. When you're in that much pain and that something works, you're going to figure out how to make sure you have that little extra income for your health, and that's what I'm also talking to people when they say, "Well, that's expensive." I'm like, "So you mean to tell me," I'm sorry, I don't want to be rude or anything, sarcastic, don't take me, but your health is not worth it? If that something works, your health is not worth giving this a try and getting better, or you rather just live with that pain that all your life when there's a possibility that you can get better. And so they think about it, and then they start saying, well, I guess I can. Yeah, you're right. I never thought about that. Maybe I shouldn't go to, in and out too much, or I shouldn't do this.
That's
And
your gentle way too to reach people.
well, they start thinking about all the ways they waste money, and then because the patch made them feel well, they end up saying, you know what, I need to sign up. You're right. I can cut back on this and this and that, and I can make it happen. But because they see the results, they see how good this tiny little miracle patch, they see what it can do. And it's just
tiny. You guys, it comes in an envelope like this.
Tiny.
And then you get instructions where to put it on your lower belly, under your belly button, or in the back of your neck. This one's sealed up, but it looks just like this. And I wore this to school. I'm a teacher. I teach autistic kids. So I wore this to school, and I left it right on my arm because people look at it and they wonder about it. And it doesn't always have to go on the back of your neck. It could go wherever your pain is. And this is a conversation piece. So I could let people know this activates my own stem cells. Oh, tell me more. So two of my other testimonies are, I had a sore knee, and I was working out with a trainer, and I would always have to put like a sleeve on my knee when I worked out and did squats and stuff. Well, that pain went away within a few days, and I didn't have to wear the sleeve anymore. And I'm doing, you know how you do the squats across the aisle and you come back? It was amazing. No pain, doing my leg pushes. And then the other thing, so pain is a motivator. People want to get rid of pain. I hate pain. And I do not want to jump and get a Motrin. When I just started teaching the class, I came home one night and I'm like, oh my gosh, am I in pain? Because I had so much strength and energy, but then working with, kids, autistic kids, you're up and down and running. And it brought me to a new activity level. I must be doing 20,000 steps a day. But I happen to have that ice wave, because when you buy higher levels of the kits, you have the different patches that you have on in stock. And I'm like, I never use the ice wave. I'm going to put them on my back. Within 15 minutes, the pain went away. It's 2 patches, and I just put them on my back. And I'll tell you, I do them every day, because every day it's up and down, up and down. And I'm in my early 60s, well, in my 60s, so I don't want that pain, and I don't want to resort to Motrin. And that ice wave patch, it's just stimulating my own stem cells again. So, so pain is a motivator, but also God healed me of cancer 2 years ago. And it's really hard to talk to people who have cancer or they're going through chemotherapy, because you knew me when I went through a chemotherapy session and lost half my hair. And so you've seen it grow back. You've seen me weak. You've seen me getting stronger. And one of the things, I only had one chemotherapy session, and God healed me 2 years ago. But we always have to watch what's called a cancer marker, and we have to be sure it's in the safe, normal range. Well, for those of you who are in the same situation with me, when I started using the X39 patch, that was my motivator. I'm like, I'm taking all these supplements, everything's homeopathic, I'm watching my vegetables, eating organically, but I need something to keep that number lower. And the X39 patch was my case study. Was it going to work? So, and the cancer marker had been rising a little bit, every month. And I'm like, darn it, I'm doing everything right. Cutting out sugar, cutting out carbs, not eating desserts, right? So after the first month, the marker went up a little bit, but like 3 points instead of like 7. But this last blood test I had, it reversed and it went back down. So it was lower than it was 2 months ago. So that is my motivation, as well as energy, strength, stamina, deeper sleep, dreams activated. But I got to keep that cancer dead in my body. I don't want it there. So I really want to, now they don't say the patch heals you, but it causes your own body to rejuvenate and heal itself. And when we're 60 years old, over 90% of our own stem cells go dormant. So 50-year-olds and 60-year-olds and older are really, really seeing benefits. And when we turn 30, half our stem cells go dormant. And we're meeting 30 and 40-year-olds who are having spinal problems. And imagine you're activating your own stem cells and getting your body strong and healed again. It's healing itself. Can you share the story about your pastor and how his wife shared with him and the mental clarity he had?
Well, the clarity. He was writing a devotional for the year 2020. And,
you all have to buy it.
Buy it, yes.
It's a sales pitch for him.
It's on.
Okay.
And anyway, so he noticed, that he was more focused. Basically, he had planned to finish the journal at a certain time, like let's say, oh, I need to have it ready by the beginning of December so it can, be printed out and everything. So he shared with me that he was so focused, he finished that journal even before the time he had, put as a he had given
focus.
So the focus, he says he was very alert and he just had the energy to just keep going and going. And he finished it before the time that he had thought he would. So that's one. What else did he mention? Well, just the energy, the clarity. At one point, I believe he was sleeping okay. Yeah, he was sleeping sleep.
Well,
yeah.
So Dolores just signed up a couple more people. So you're probably a manager just like me now. She's catching up to me and passing me up. So I want to speak to the mental clarity with students. As you could see in my background, I'm a doctor of education, and I have a real passion to help dyslexic children, but I want to help all children. And there are a lot of studies with this X39 patch that it's helping kids with autism, with anxiety and depression, people with seizures. And I know a family whose son has had seizures and they've been minimal, and the after effects of the seizures have disappeared. And I mean, it will help children, and you don't have to put it on the skin. You could put it on the outside of their clothing. One of my instructional aides said that she used to see a child that had a patch on his back last year. And she goes, I always wondered what it was. It could have been this. But kids who suffer with anxiety and depression, and my instructional aide was very interested because she has a daughter in track, so athlete, and then her son is in college, and you know how you do all those late night study nights, and she wanted kids to try it. So the patch was designed and developed to help the Navy SEALs and to help the Olympians 20 years ago. So imagine the benefits if you have kids in sports, or if you have kids who need that strength and stamina. I want to really reach out to parents, not only for you, because you need that extra strength to work with your kids, and grandparents to work with your grandkids, but also let's help our students, help them achieve higher scores because they're eating right. They're not filling up with sugar in the morning, but they're also getting exercise and wearing this X39 patch. I'm going to direct the audience to my website, Dolores, but do you have any other testimonies you want to share?
Yeah, you were talking about helping our students, and I just want to share really quick about my son. He's 16 years old, and he plays football. And he had a game. He had just like a 12-hour football that day, and morning going to school, he was very tired. He just couldn't. He's like, I don't think I can go to school, Mom. And I said, honey, go to school because I got to go to work. So you go to school, I go to work.
You know, you
And
kind of cut out a
before he
little
got
bit.
out of,
Dolores, you cut out a little
yeah,
bit. Did you say he had
oh,
football?
sorry. Yeah, he had football. And so, it was just a really rough day for him that day. So the next morning, he was going to school, but he was tired and he was just in a lot of pain and everything. And I told him, I said, honey, those patches that I'm using, can I put one on you? And he goes, well, I don't know, Mom. I don't kind of do. And I said, come on.
Oh, froze again. Okay.
So he comes back from school and he goes, Mom, those really work. But anyways, long story short,
Yay.
he goes to his practice and he patches himself. He's very focused, a lot of energy and everything. Even the kids were asking him, hey, what are you drinking? And he says that some of his friends are drinking a lot of Red Bulls, Monster drinks to keep them going. And he said, well, my mom has these little patches that, that's what they do. I'm not drinking anything. You should tell your parents to get you the patches. So the next time he went, he says, Mom, can I borrow 4 patches for my friends? I said, sure, here are the patches. He patched, 4 of his friends and they were thrilled. So now they went and they told the parents. Now the parents want to know about what is it. And so, it's one of the things. I'm so busy with so many different things. And I told them, I will get together with you guys. I'll sit down and I'll explain to you what they are. But I would like to recommend the X49 for the athletes.
The 49.
Yeah.
So, what's interesting? They talk about the X39. It's the flagship. 80% of the sales are with the X39. And it reminds me of when you bake a cake. You got to have the cake. And then sometimes you might just put some frosting on the top and then you add more and decorations. But the X39 is the flagship patch. But people are partnering it with the X49. And that's what you're saying for athletes. But when you get higher levels of the patches, because they have a silver level and the gold and the bronze, and then the platinum and diamond, you can get the Eon, which helps with relaxation, and the Ice Wave. And you could, I held on to the Ice Wave for a month before I used it because I didn't need it,
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But the X39 and 49, they're doing some studies right now to help combat the 5G effects on our body. And I think a lot of people would be interested in that. I'm interested in that because I'm in front of my computer.
Exactly.
I was because I'm a teacher, but now, I was in front of my computer all the time.
Yes.
So that's important. Okay, well, and did you say your son wants to go into sports medicine?
I actually have my oldest that I already talked. Yeah, he's graduating in May from getting his master's in sports medicine. So I already spoke to him about that, and he says, Mom, I'm gonna go ahead and look into it. I already patched him, and he says they work.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so encouraging.
Yeah.
I was going to say something, but I'm going to switch to something else. I want to encourage people. Well, see, you're setting your sons up. They could start earning money by sleeping.
Exactly.
If they start patching people. Oh, I know what I was going to say. So the FDA has approved this patch in the Wellness 4 category. So people say it's not FDA approved. No, it is. But it's it's in the category 4, which is wellness. So people that are interacting with networks and in salons, and there's a lot of chiropractors and therapists who recommend it. And they always send videos, and they have Zoom supports to give you so much, support. It's just amazing. Okay, I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to direct you to my Dyslexia Solutions website, because now I want to tell you so if you go to step-by-step-dyslexiasolutions.com, or you could take a screenshot of this, and also you can go to dys-sol.com. That's the shortcut. but I have something about helping kids with dyslexia and my new affiliate team. But here I talk about the light therapy is what it is to help kids with ADHD, autism, ADHD, anxiety, stress, and concentration. So I'm in a team called the This Is It team, and it's with Steve and Gina Merritt, and they are amazing leaders. But if you click on this video or this link, it's going to tell you the science, and it's going to show you how you can sign up and what it costs to order. And I want to give Dolores equal opportunity. So let me just say, if you are watching this video between 12 in the morning to 12 at noon, please go to my site and sign up with me. If you are watching this from 12:01 in the afternoon to 11:59 at night, go to Dolores's site. And Dolores, why don't you tell the audience what that site is? And I'll also put it in the information below this YouTube.
It's stem cell Dolores at lightwave.com.
There you go. So when you sign up, you get your own website domain. I just got a little bit more creative because that's what I've been doing for 5 years, and I know I can do it. But please reach out to both of us, because we are so excited to bring healing to people. And, you know, I'm going to tell you, we couple it with prayer, because God gets the glory for this. And God is healing people. He wants people healed so that they can accomplish the assignments He has for them in their life. So we're going to wrap it up. My guest today is Dolores Rivas, and I thank you, Dolores, for sharing all those amazing testimonies. And audience, thank you for tuning in today. And again, I'm Dr. Marianne Cintron. You can reach me at 626-664-9392. Dolores, do you want to leave a phone number also?
Yes, you can reach me at 909-374-1732. If you have any questions in Spanish, I'm also bilingual, so I can answer anything for you.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay. Well, thanks so much for tuning in today, and God bless you all.
God bless you. Bye-bye.